Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the r/entitledpeople subreddit. Today I have, I think, possibly the most insane story I've read on this subreddit that has actually been proven to be true via a news article. This story involves a disgruntled employee that tries to murder her fellow coworkers as well as burn down her place of work over an expired coupon. So sit back, cozy up with your fire retardant blankets, and enjoy this insane entitled people tale. A lady at work tried to burn the place down over an expired coupon. So I used to work for a large store chain many years ago. I won't say the name, but it sells a bit of everything, and the company started in Arkansas. So my workplace is one that has big Black Friday sales. For working Black Friday, we basically get a one-time use coupon for a very heavy discount on anything that we can add to our normal employee discount. It only lasts a few weeks before expiring, so you have to use it quick. I only worked there for one holiday season, so I only went through Black Friday once, but it was a nightmare. I definitely earned that coupon. Don't remember what I used it for, but that's beside the point. So a few weeks after Black Friday and about a week after the coupons expired, I come into work for my shift. During our lunch break, I hear some of the coworkers talking about somebody being crazy. I asked them what they were talking about, and this is what they told me. I'm trying to write it as best as I remember, so not all the details may be accurate. One of the employees that had worked on Black Friday, different work crew than me, thankfully, had apparently forgotten that the Black Friday working coupons had an expiration date. Apparently the day before, she decided to try and make a really big purchase using the coupon, and the cashier said it had expired. She lost her mind, screaming at the cashier and demanding they take it. She said she had worked for it since it was their duty to take it no matter what, and she wouldn't accept having worked Black Friday and not getting that discount. Several managers, including the store manager, had to come deal with her, and eventually she was escorted off the property. She wasn't fired for her outburst, but received some disciplinary action. Well, she apparently snapped at the managers daring to refuse her, because the next day, maybe 12 hours after she tried to use her coupon, and just hours before I heard this story from my coworkers, she returned to the store with, and I'm not kidding here, a knife, a shotgun, and a blowtorch, intent on killing her manager and her coworkers and setting the building on fire. But she somehow dropped her knife on the way in, and when she got into the store, her gun jammed. Left with just the blowtorch, she started to try and set the mat in the entrance on fire. I know this sounds made up, but it's completely true. She was quickly tackled by security and restrained until police arrived, and she was arrested. She was, of course, fired and faced some pretty heavy charges. I don't remember the charges. All I remember is seeing her mugshot online with her in a straitjacket. I have several crazy stories of that job, but that was the craziest. Thankfully, nobody was harmed and no damage was done to the store. Jesus, it seems as though not only did she forget about the expiration date, but she clearly forgot her meds as well. Also, worst criminal ever. Maybe ensure that your rifle works and also wash the butter off your hands before going on a murdering spree. I'm joking, please don't go on a murdering spree. Think things through like a rational human being. And I know what you're thinking, this story is so insane it must be fake, but it's not. I searched the comments and someone found an article matching OP's story exactly. I won't put it up on here because it's pretty revealing, but I'll put the article link in the comments and you guys can check it out if you want. I will tell you though that she was charged with attempted homicide, arson, and weapons misconduct. Also, the fire she started self-extinguished before the police even got there. Did I mention that she's the worst criminal ever? I used the force, biatch. One lovely spring day, I'm taking my lunch break and decided to go to the Golden Arches for one of their tasty Filet-O-Fish sandwiches. Their parking lot pretty much sucks. It's pretty narrow, but today the drive-thru was packed, so I figured to go on inside, get my food, snag a few Pokemon while I waited. But that was before the show. Their L-shaped parking lot is pretty full up, but if you go to the end and turn right, there's another row of spaces, mostly empty. I'm rolling down the straightaway. In front of me is a woman in a generic brown Oldsmobile Buick, backing out of a space in front of me. Then back in, then out, then in, at least 4 times. She's visibly flustered and her teenage passenger seems to be yelling and freaking out. She just couldn't get the car in exactly how she wanted. The whole time this is going on, I'm actually enjoying the show. I've got the front row seat. Cars are backing up behind me now. This lasted for maybe a minute or more, back and forth, 3, 4, 5 passes. Finally, she kicks in reverse one last fateful time. Wham! She plows into the most beautiful, classic El Camino ever. This car was cherry, absolutely perfect. The owner was obviously a supercar guy. This was the kind of car that won awards at car shows. I was stunned, but even more stunned when she whips into the empty row and right into a space first try. She flies out of the car and literally runs into the lobby. Wow, I can't believe what I just watched, but at least she's going to find the owner and make it right. Right? Nope. I parked, caught a good Pokemon, listened to a couple seconds of the song on the oldie station, and strolled inside. The second I get in, I'm met with a shriek. That's him! That's the man that caused this whole thing! She's got the manager and the poor dude who owned the El Camino and is trying to drag them over to me. The El Camino guy looks like he might actually cry at this point. I just look at the crazy lady and ask her, actually really calmly, how did I cause an accident between 2 cars that I had no control over? That was it. She tried sputtering something about how I rushed her by looking at her. Unfortunately for her, about a dozen people watched the demolition derby driving, including the car owner. I gave him my card with my cell phone number in case he needs a witness or something. I tell him how awesome his car is and how it should be easily fixable. Something was leaking and the front bumper was pretty dented. Otherwise, it could be a lot worse. He only ever said thanks, but the entire time I was there, I swear he was just trying not to cry. I got my food, and as I was heading out, the woman was still yelling at the manager outside by her car. I made sure she saw me get into my truck and drive off. After 10 years, I feel it's safe enough to confess that I did use my force powers to make her plow into the El Camino. I was aiming her at an old pickup truck, but she was just such a bad driver. The force is strong with this one, but apparently not strong enough for yet another Karen that shouldn't have a license. I say this all the time, but the audacity of these people is insane. I don't know why it still shocks me, but I just can't believe how some people think it's okay to blame something that is so clearly their fault, even caught on camera for frick's sakes, onto others. I feel so awful for the El Camino guy. I hope he got a hefty insurance check, and I hope Karen's insurance rates are now hefty as well. Anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed those 2 Entitled People stories. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit stories. Bye!